Welcome to Coach's Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi to my right, the Swami George Abraham to my left, the Tiger Albert Campman. Let's go to Spotlight. Lernerville Speedway. Was that hot and humid last Friday night for racing? Jeremiah Shingledecker won his second straight modified feature. Colton Flinner was the late model feature winner. AJ Flick, he won the sprint feature, and he is the season leader in sprint points. Tyler Dietz won the Pro Stocks. Not only hot that night, it was an adventurous night that saw Rex King Sr. and Rex King Jr. both involved in crashes, and things heated up for Randy Chronister when his car caught fire on the 20th lap of the race.
Wow, that was hot. I wonder what it does to, I don't know enough about cars, but it has to do something to the tires when it's that hot. Jeez, oh man.
You know, someone to answer me if someone knows it. The insurance on those cars, what would it be?
I wouldn't imagine you taking them around there at that speed like that. How many was a boxer killed Friday night? That heat. They canceled Saratoga. They didn't run the horses. Now, what's that tell you?
Brutal.
It did feel like 120. It felt like, I don't know what it was, but it felt like that.
And the heat index.
Yes.
Now, this Tuesday night, as a matter of fact, as we do our show, it's the 28th annual Don Martin Silver Cup sprint race. The winning purse is $25,000.
Well, they'll get some serious entries for that one. Yeah, I like that. I like
they
hearing
come from
that.
all over the country.
Yeah, I like that, yes.
Football All-Star Game scholarships. Bobby Matthews of Montauk, Braden Bastian, and Stephen Covington of Con City. They were recipients of a $1,000 scholarships at the Frank Veraschetti All-Star Football Game at Brockway High School. Matthews will attend Grove City College to play football. Bastian will walk on at Clarion University, and Stephen Covington, he will attend trade school. Congratulations to those athlete scholars.
Scholar athletes, that's important. We always hit that, and I'm glad you hit that.
I heard that kid will walk right into Grove City, be the best shot putter, and as a starting lineman.
Yeah, well, there are two kids from Montauk.
Okay.
The other kid's the shot putter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be good because you know how good Grove City is now.
They're going into a good program.
Hey, Grove City got good in a hurry.
In the old days, you walked on and if you were good enough, you played right away. Now you have to work your way in there. Yes.
No, that league's loaded this year.
Andrew's done a great job. We hope to get up there. Maybe we could do another game.
He's been sensational.
The crowd was great last year for homecoming.
Yeah, we had a heat day too. Remember that day?
Oh, it was hot.
They're all in, aren't they? Up there now.
They're all in.
That's what I thought.
And they treat us like
Briggs is
kings.
Briggs is best.
Outstanding.
That's simple.
In swimming, Butler gold medal swimmer Laura Gettler, she won the 200-yard breaststroke in 2 minutes 35 seconds at the Speedo Sectionals at Cleveland State University. She wins again. She's going to get you two guys Speedo swimsuits to wear. Next, the U.S. Junior Nationals. That will be August at Stanford University, and I'm sure Stanford will be one of the schools taking a good hard look at her.
That where that Ledecky girl won, she lost her first thing the other day in like 5 years.
What a school, what a campus.
They're the winner. Like when they count them all up every year, other teams might get them in football or they might, but when they add them all together, Stanford's right there at the top.
That's a good way to be seen by everybody. Everybody's out there and they're going against great competition. All the great coaches are there, and all of a sudden they say, "Hey, wait a minute, we missed her."
How many football players have been seen on the film watching someone else?
Yes,
only takes one.
Mm-hmm. And this is no off summer for her. Following Stanford, this will be the World Junior Swimming Championships in Budapest, Hungary, and then next June, the big event, she'll compete at the 2020 U.S. Olympic Trials. We're going to have several athletes from this area. You mentioned Geis, Aiden Owens, and that long distance runner, all trying to compete to make it to Tokyo next year.
It's tough.
Got room for local kids,
but it's a chance.
Got room for local kids.
Imagine if we get a couple kids in there.
I mean, just to say you had an opportunity someday that you had a chance.
I saw this guy. I watched that one day, that shot put thing on. It was international somewhere. Oh, my goodness. First of all, they're all monsters. He's a big kid. They're monsters.
Yeah, they're way bigger than him. You're right.
Huge. In baseball, Seneca Valley catcher Matt Stanger, a member of the Renegades Elite Under-17 travel team, he hit .647 at the National Championships in Georgia. And Freeport senior pitcher Jared Hellman, 8-2 his junior year, 0.86 ERA, and led the Whippy on strikeouts with 107. He'll represent the WPL at the Big 26 Baseball Classic, July 25th to 28th at Harrisburg. That's where they have the former minor league stadium by the Expos. When I was at North Allegheny, we played the championship game. What a nice field. Outstanding.
That's what
field.
traveling team's supposed to be. It's supposed to be for kids like that are elite. You understand? There's people paid money that are not. There's good players. When you hear those stats and where they're playing at, that's what it's for.
And just the fact that he's coming back for his senior year at Freeport will tell you they're going to be one of the favorites.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Sure.
When you have a horse like that.
Anytime he's on the mound,
you got to win.
You're the underdog.
0.86 ERA.
No,
how do you lose those 2 games?
That's what happened. Probably
Errors.
Our stories of the week: Major League Baseball, to sell or not to sell. The Pirates 46-53, lost for the 8th time in the last 10 games since the All-Star break. 6-5 to St. Louis. They're now 8 back. Paul Goldschmidt, he's killed the Pirates, a 3-run homer in St. Louis, and then that grand slam last night, guys, I thought it was a pop-up to right field. You know how strong he is to hit that ball, the power he has.
Albert, I thought he flied out to center. Then I saw the center and the right fielder. They kind of turned around. When they turned around, then...
What was worse was the announcer said he missed it.
Did
it only went 450 feet. I mean,
did it go in the water?
Yes.
It hit the concrete and bounced it.
But he missed that. He mishit that. He said, "That's a fly ball." And I'm thinking, how can a announcer who's paid
they're so bad
to say that?
There are only a few guys I've ever seen do that type of hitting. Mickey Mantle was one. He did. Stargell would be able to do that. Opposite field.
Opposite field.
Well, that dude in the home run derby, that little from Atlanta, was doing that.
Yeah, so
he was popping them out the right fielder. I'm like, are you kidding me?
You know, once again, the 2 most amazing home runs ever at Forbes Field. Not excluding, of course, those home runs over the roof. Babe Ruth, the first was Dick Stewart over the 457 mark.
It's amazing.
But in a World Series, a right-handed Mickey Mantle hitting one over the iron gate in right center, 436 mark.
Right-handed too, like you said.
Right-handed too.
Yes.
Well, here we go with the Pirates situation again. They did rally for 3 in the bottom of the 10th, but this is the major leagues. It was a nice rally. Gung hit the 2-run homer, but you still come up short. And the big play of the game, when Newman on second, Stallings gets a base hit, and Jose Martinez
threw one out. Shouldn't have sent him.
One out, and Martinez made a throw right on the money. When you are hoping for it to be overturned by replay.
Tell you what, too, I agree with Albert. It wasn't real deep.
Wasn't deep at all.
He got it cleanly.
He got it on in a second. Let me ask you.
There's one out. And somebody said right away, even the coaches are pressing. It's a great line. Donnie said, you understand their press, like they're trying everything. You got to try to get a win. And when you start pressing that in sports,
let
they're
me
pressing.
Ask you guys. Yeah. Do they get a lot of guys throwing out homers, or just we see it?
No, they don't.
They don't.
Okay. They have in the past.
That's why they made the change at third base.
Scorer's done a great job. But he's pressing now too.
Now I want to ask you guys something. A couple guys late in the game, it was the 9th inning, tied game, 3-2 counts, and they're taking pitches for strike 3. And I heard one of the announcers say, I don't anything around the plate, you got to be swinging, unless it's something high over your head or down low.
Right.
You got to be aggressive at the plate.
I
don't understand.
I walked home from the Little League field
because you took a third strike. Yeah, that's a no.
That's old school.
That's a no. But that's what's happening.
But it's changed.
They could have, there's a lot. Baseball's all ifs. But if they were hitting the ball even 1/8 as good as they've been before the break,
I'm glad you brought that up.
They have 5 more wins. Their pitching's been good.
You know what? They've been outscored 51-30.
Yeah, they haven't scored at all. I know.
By the way, they're giving up what 5 runs a game.
Four.
And until the recent game here with 5 runs, they were only averaging like 2.6.
Yes, they were. You can't win with 2 runs.
And Bell, for whatever reason, hasn't had a home run since July 5th.
Amazing.
He's hitting about 140 since the All-Star.
He's killing them. What do you mean? As much as he carried them.
Yeah.
I mean, carried him on his
praise.
He is killing them right now. See, I'm one of those ones that I'm not patient. So that's why Clint got he would never be batting fourth me right now. He's coming up with men on base every at bat.
You want to drop him down
I dropped
to
down to 6. Yeah, no question.
7.
That's where you go.
Do it.
But nobody does it though.
No,
it's locked in the night before. Here's our lineup. Here's what we're going to do. I hate analytics so bad. That's what happens.
Look, we need to make an agreement not to use that word
Jeez.
anymore.
But here's the
Like
thing.
Vasquez could not pitch 3 days.
Yeah.
They blew that game last night just because he told them.
You can't.
We're not
Same thing
pitching.
in the Chicago game.
We're
the
not
first
pitching.
game of the
But
series
here's
in
the other thing,
Chicago.
too. Elbert made a great point about pressing. When he goes with the analytics and doesn't bunt, he should bunt. Last night he goes against the analytics and bunts, and they can't hit a fly ball.
Hit a fly ball.
You
yes.
said it best, pressing.
They're pressing.
Gregory Polanco, his rehab has been shelved. The shoulder is still bothering him.
Yeah,
There is something, they don't know if it's scar tissue from the surgery. Now, they say the shoulder is surgically repaired. It's strong, but he's having pain and discomfort.
That was major. That was a major injury. Remember how that looked when he did that?
Anytime you have a shoulder
that,
injury.
Hey, let me ask you guys, too, Keela.
I just haven't done
What
it,
happened?
George.
Anybody
What
come on and
did
say
he
it yet?
do?
I haven't read what he said yet.
I wrote
It's-
Jerry. Jerry hasn't gotten back.
Okay.
It's a contract
Yeah, what's it mean?
Yes.
violation.
I don't know what it
Didn't show
means.
up
No
where
one
he
knows.
should be.
No
or-
one knows. No one knows.
Well,
You
we
know,
gotta
the
find out.
Beginning of the year, Keela was not talking to the press.
Okay.
Then the Pirates got on him about it. Then he's on injured reserve. Then he started to talk, and now this 2-game suspension. Is it related to the fact his relationship with the media, or it's something else that?
Yeah,
he
we
did?
have no idea. Nobody's saying anything. Yeah, I'd like to know.
So here we go. For me, there's no buying. Obviously, the question now is: do you stay pat and you add? I have no confidence that they'll do that because after 2015, that 98 win season, I know I harp back to that quite often. For the last 4 years, it's been what Yogi Berra said: it's deja vu all over again. So sell. Who do you sell? Who's Archer's going tonight? I'm saying this. I might be the lone voice in the wilderness to say this. He doesn't pitch another good game tonight. He's up for sell.
No, they're not selling him. They give
No,
up
I
they give up
would.
too much for him.
I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, and
Control, isn't it?
he's pitched 2 or 3 good games in a row. So they're not giving up on him. He's one of the ones they're banking on. I mean, they would never get rid of him.
Well,
No
he
question about it.
has to be better than 3-6 with a 5.36 ERA.
Oh, no question about
Much
it.
better.
But they're looking at the last 3 starts. Struck out 3 starts in a row. I mean, you just don't get. They don't grow on trees. I wish they grew on trees. The guys strike out 10.
Well, now, here we go with the strikeout thing. How much credit do we give today with?
Oh, I agree. I'm
players
not saying,
striking
but I
out?
mean, before he wasn't striking out 3.
No, yeah, he wasn't striking them out.
Yes.
Well, he got rid of the
Who's
two-seamer.
not
He's
for
sticking
sale?
with the four-seamer.
Hey, let's say, my thing.
Well, the younger guys
I can
aren't
finish
going
last
anywhere.
with you, last without you.
Yeah, there's nobody for sale.
I mean,
Not for sale.
No.
Yeah.
They're-
Well,
they're-
right out.
The Dickerson, everybody knows who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Dickerson,
know who they
Cabrera,
are.
and Lyles.
But I mean, is there anyone, if you made them a sweet deal,
they're not getting a sweet deal.
like if somebody said, we need Vasquez to win the World Series, what do you want?
They're giving 5 guys.
You're
for
not
it.
going to get
Yeah.
a starting pitcher for him. I mean, like a number 3. You're not going to get that because that'll nix the deal. So they're going to say, we'll throw these minor leaguers in there. And we know
I don't want to do
it's
that.
a roulette.
I don't want to do that.
No,
to get
that's
him.
what happens. You allude to this all the time where you say, all right, when do we stop?
When
Wait until next
when do you add?
Yeah, that's
When do you say, let's stay pat? We have a pretty good nucleus here. In the off season, our plan is to go out. We're going to find the best 2 starting pitchers we can get.
Take
and
that
add
to
the staff.
117 million. Now you got
Get to 120
Right.
million, thing, but
What you said, you about the
floor.
The
Yeah,
floor.
we
Raise the
definitely
floor.
agree. No doubt. And until they do that, they'll always be like this, right on the edge.
Yeah,
And
they're
then
not
they'll fall off.
awful.
No, not at all.
They're not awful.
That's why I wish they were awful.
Yeah,
Then it'd be easy.
And how about this, Eddie? 2 guys make a fourth of their salary. Archer and Cervelli.
Look what Minnesota did last year.
I
They
know.
stood pat. They added to the team.
Yeah.
And much improved. I know they've hit a skid right now.
They can still out-hit you.
Now, Huntington says he wants Felipe Vasquez to pitch for the Pirates in a playoff game. I'm going to quote the great poet Herman Edwards, who said, playoffs? What playoffs? I'm not sure.
More. Playoff.
What is he talking about
have
here,
no
Huntington?
idea.
I'm lost on this comment. Really
Right.
am.
He's talking the same thing I'm talking. I think that they're that close. I don't think they were 2 games out the All-Star break. If they were at 25 games out, I'd be agreeing with you. They were 2 games out. And once again, the league is like that. Wild card is so close with everybody. They're not much worse than most of the teams we talk about. The Dodgers, yes, and used to
Okay, here
but
it
the
comes.
rest of the teams, no.
All right, then it comes down to this. You say they're close. You have confidence they're going to get over this hump.
This year, next year I did.
Getting to know.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
Now, if they stay healthy. Now, remember,
don't.
they cannot have the injuries they had this year. You can't lose your best pitcher. Now, they lose Talion again. They will not be
But they
there.
have to go out. Are they going to sign two pitchers to
I'm
get
gonna
over
say
this,
it to you again.
this hump?
Eddie, you know, if you put on record, you know what I'm going to say to you? You tell me the two pitchers are going to sign.
I don't know.
Who's giving up pitchers? Nobody's giving up pitchers.
Whoever's available, let's say free agents, are they going to go after anyone and sign them? That's my point. How do you improve your team?
No.
You're not doing it with minor leaguers.
But then that's the only way they can do it.
But then
they can't. They're not. Who's coming to Pittsburgh?
Wow. Who do you
Do you
want
think
to
they're
spend
dying to
money
come to
on
Pittsburgh?
get?
When they're offered $20 million, and they've done it, they put $20 million out there, and 10 minutes later, the Yankees put $28 million out.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Let's try. Maybe they're not going to get a number one or a number two, but can they?
But
get
they got a lot of
number three?
They got a lot of number threes and number fours on their own staff.
It's not a very good staff. And what's his name? The younger.
And I
pitcher
don't agree with
they
you.
brought up.
If they have Talion, Williams, Archer, the kid Cool comes back, Musgrove, I'm forgetting. Their staff's fine.
And the kid is pitching the best you didn't mention.
Yeah, the kid we don't even know who. I can't pronounce his name.
Well, for them,
but they are not all there. So what can I say? They're not there.
By the time they get another World Series, you need to get some
You know,
literature on cryogenics.
I told you where the Easter. What was the Easter Bunny? He was supposed to be Easter Bunny for. Remember? He was supposed to. Well, I'm going to tell you again next year. They'll be in the race if they stay healthy next year. Now, they don't.
That's a bet.
They'll be out of it.
That's a bet. All right. What is the strike? I'm watching a Pirate Phillies series, and honest to God, I said, that's a ball. No, it's a strike. That's a strike. No, it's a ball. So I'm thinking Eddie Vargo, 25 years Major League umpire and the head of National League. I asked him one time, he said, Ed, all I know is a strike when I see one. But I'm not sure these guys know strike when they see one.
That's why they're going to those robots. And that's a shame, but they're going to the robots.
That league's going the rest of the year.
They miss so many.
Did you see the same thing?
Oh yeah, it's every game, and it bothers me because I don't want that. I don't want those
one
robots.
pitch was lower than low, and they called this guy out for St. Louis.
They called Harper out on the pitch that was up here.
And then those guys. What I don't like is when the announcers aren't. Fair enough to like when it's against them.
Say it's a bad
when
call.
you're listening on the radio and they'll go, oh that should have been. Well, why isn't it when the other team hits?
Both ways. That's what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing you mentioned about Mr. Robot. Here's what a strike is. Any part of that ball that nicks anything that's white, it's a strike.
It is.
That's the way it is.
It's automatic.
That's the way it is. So,
but Major League batters will not worry about what we talked about. All they want to know is coming into the game, what's consistent. They don't want you to call them strike one time here,
right,
ball the next one. That's what bothers them.
But
that's what kills them.
Referee the same with referee. Is it a block down there? It can't be a charge up here.
You saw Harper called out on the pitch up here, and then the next inning there was a pitch, and it wasn't called.
Yes,
they didn't call it.
That's all they want: consistency.
Well, the highlight over the weekend, even though they lost 2 out of 3, the Phillies was honoring the '79 World Champions. We are family, just an exciting team with Willie Stargell and Dave Park. Of course, Parker battling Parkinson's, Manny Sanguian in a wheelchair. You see those guys. At one time, they're the heroes, and now you see the toll that age takes on them. And, of course, manager Chuck Tanner, what a great job he did. The guy left out, Harding Peterson, the general manager.
Good point.
He got Madlock. He got Foley. He got Jim Bibby. Boy, did he build that team.
It's a really good point. What I liked, I read that. I want to read as much as I could on. And they said when they get together 4 years later, guaranteed argument, Parker and Garner, because they argued every day in the clubhouse, and they still argue today.
And Garner, too. And I'll say this, Parker, these other guys who were brought into the Hall of Fame, Parker belongs in the Hall.
I don't know why he can't.
Not a good outfielder.
No, great.
He was a great outfielder.
Where's Al Oliver?
Yeah, and Oliver had 27 hits. I know.
Murtaugh's your guy.
Murtaugh's your guy.
He should be in Murtaugh only had 1 losing season as a manager. For the
I don't understand.
Pirates.
They put other guys in there that don't have his record.
Parker's terrific.
DeRocher with 1 world championship.
Yeah,
he's in.
I don't get it.
Lasorda has 2. He's in.
Yes. Murtaugh. I'm all over that.
But you're going New York and L.A.
He's a slap blabber.
Murtaugh should be in.
And Al Oliver. How many?
2,700 hits. Yeah.
2,700. Okay, let's go to the Hall of Fame. You had Harold Baines. Nothing against him. 1,628 RBIs.
Should not be in there.
I'll put all of our stats up to him.
No, Baines is in, all of us should be in. That's how simple it
See,
is.
that's what they say. It makes it the Hall pretty good when you let Baines in there.
He should not be in there. That's the one guy should not be in
Edgar
there.
Martinez, 312. He had 2 batting titles.
Here's where I struggle with him. My
DH,
first,
that's why.
yeah, but it's been in
DH.
since '78. In other words, if it was something new, I'd say no DH is in there. But it's 40 years old.
I know, it's been there
But
forever.
then again, I give him credit. I don't have any problem with him. But I ask you, why not Parker, who never was a DH?
Exactly.
He played right. And not only that, he was an excellent base runner. He could still
Excellent everything he did.
How about his throw?
He was a five-tool.
about his throw?
He did it all.
He was a five-tool
He did.
player.
He did it
was.
all.
They didn't move on him.
Pitchers Roy Halladay. I always get him confused with the outfielder Halladay.
Yeah, I get that.
Holiday.
And
It's
Mike
Holiday.
Mussina. Mussina was tremendous. 270, 150.
He'll be the last guy to get in with 270 wins. I don't think anybody else can get
Halladay was
270.
203, 105.
No.
And then you have the relievers, Mariano Rivera
Yeah.
with
He's a short on them all.
652
He was a
saves.
short one.
First one.
Lee Smith, 478
He's first
saves.
100%er.
First 100%er.
Yeah.
And he deserves that, too,
And
by
Lee
the way.
Smith he was good
He's very
too.
good,
He was
too.
Well,
he was no Sandman.
But not the difference between the two, and I take nothing away Rivera. Lee Smith would often pitch a 7th, 8th,
No,
and
no,
9th.
no, no.
Like the Goose.
That's going.
Like the Goose.
Yeah.
Did the same thing.
That-
To me, Rivera was great. The best of all time to me was Gossage.
That's interesting.
Because what he would do.
I love Gossage, but I still think Rivera was the
7, 8,
best.
9.
But Gossage pitched differently. You're right. He pitched
Yeah.
multiple
I
innings.
was at Park games
Multiple
one time.
innings.
He come in the 7th, and he faced, 9 batters, struck
Yeah,
out
so
7
again,
of them.
Rivera, though, more guys walked on the moon and got RBIs on him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Jeez, come on.
Yes.
Hey, this date, Major League Baseball, July 20th, 1976, Hank Aaron, the legitimate and unadulterated all-time home run king, hit his 755th and last home run to lead the Brewers to a 6-2 win over the
What was that
Angels.
date, Eddie? What was that date again?
July
76.
20th,
How about
This year,
that?
76.
1976.
1976.
This
Yes,
Okay.
755.
Last one,
He is,
okay.
in my mind, I'll argue with
Yeah,
him
so-
about him.
so me too.
He's the all-time
year
home
I
run
moved
leader.
here. Yeah,
5'11", 180
and I heard
pounds.
a guy say the other day, he was saying about these guys, Yelich, and how many they'll hit. And his quote was, you think they'll hit 60. So not many people believe in that 72, 73 thing that Sammy Sosa and Bonds.
And the guy who looked the other way is in the Hall of Fame.
No.
Right.
Bud Selig.
But there's a worse thing. There's a guy who benefited from it.
Right.
La Russa.
Yeah, he was supposed to be for
All
about fairness.
the
He
great
looked the
home
other way.
runners, he coached them.
What hurts
He
is,
managed them.
but the worst thing is La Russa's in and the guys who hit him aren't.
He got in there, yep.
That's not right.
Major League Baseball passings. Jim Bouton, age of 80, famous. He's a hard thrower, hurt his arm, then developed into that knuckleball pitcher. Pitched in a couple World Series. Author of Ball 4.
Yeah, that's the most famous probably baseball book that came out earliest.
You know,
right?
you know what happened?
The Boys of Summer was the other one about the Dodgers.
That's an excellent book. About Ball 4. He made Mickey Mantle look bad and lost a lot of people.
You don't want to do that to
Friends
Yankees,
ever
right?
No.
That's like a mob guy turning against the mob. Yeah.
Good point.
No.
And Ernie Broglio, I saw him pitch a number of times
Trade
the
for Lou Brock.
Cardinals.
Lou Brock.
He was a 20-game winner. When they say one of the worst trades, come on, this guy was a top-notch pitcher for the Cardinals. They didn't trade some bum for Lou Brock. And Brock wasn't exactly a household name with the Cubs
No,
at
he
that
wasn't.
time. Broglio, I think he won 24 games one year.
He did.
He passed away at age 83. And then Boston Red Sox infielder Pumpsy Green is the first black player to play for the Red Sox. The Red Sox are the last team to have a black player. He passed away at the age of 85.
Well, Boston has been known.
No.
They've been known. That city has been known as the one.
Bill
Russell was brutalized
as the
in
ultimate
Boston.
worst.
And they struggle with busing there more than.
At the ultimate worst. If you pick the city, if I want to check it off, it'd be Boston.
I'm not shocked Kyrie left.
No, when any black guy lives in that town, I'm not surprised because they are brutal. They are.
The British Open, uneventful, really. The Irishman Shane Lowry won the British Open, his first major, in a relatively easy
that's why nobody
contest.
watched it. It was over.
Yeah, I
It was
didn't
over.
have much in it. He won
Yeah.
by 6 strokes.
Well,
it was
like
never
Al
in
said,
doubt.
the weather made Sunday irrelevant, and he had a big lead.
Yes.
He won it over by 6 over Fleetwood and a take-home pay of nearly $2 million. Koepka started off, he was horrible, and then made a rally to finish fourth.
Now, here's
but,
my thing. Now, he's complaining
not
about this
enough.
guy playing too slow. Did he complain when he was winning?
Yeah, don't complain. It bothers me so bad.
Just keep quiet.
Golfers do more
He's
crying.
looking at-
Why do they cry?
Just keep
I don't
quiet.
understand. Nobody wants to hear it.
They're all country
No.
clubbers.
Is that
to start
why?
with.
That's why.
one
If a
reason.
bird-
Because they've been given everything.
If a bird's tweeting in a tree, they want the bird.
It's
to
a
know.
true.
Make that bird be quiet.
How many
Bird
times
out
they're
there.
like this and somebody goes, beep, and they stop their swing and say, get that guy.
Yeah.
Get that guy. Oh, jeez.
In boxing in Las Vegas, and I don't follow it like I used
George
to,
does.
but
I
this
do.
was 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao
Yeah.
defeated unbeaten welterweight champ,
Yeah.
30-year-old Keith Thurman. Gave him a lesson.
He did. He boxed him.
40 years of age.
And I was telling Albert, this is where the sport gets in trouble. All around ringside, ESPN had a guy. He had it 8-2 with 2 left, so it ended up 9-3. All his buddies had it. One person had it for Thurman the other way. See, it kills
That
the
judging
sport.
stuff.
Kills the sport.
I know it's hard to judge. Remember,
And
we've
we-
done it before.
Yeah, and we lost track of the heavyweight division. It's just
Yeah.
become kind of lost. And,
Well,
and
you know,
You have to really
Jury's linear.
you really have to be a boxing fan. I mean,
To follow
true-
the heavyweights.
I mean, to follow anything. I mean, because I know Thurman can't be any good. Because if you're any good, you lose to a 40-year-older.
Right, right.
Because I saw Ernie Holmes try to come back. I saw Ali. The young guys embarrassed them when they came
but
back.
the heavyweight-
when you're 40 years
right.
old,
But-
your reflexes
right.
aren't there.
Ali was done.
You're always done when you're 40 year boxing.
But the linchpin of boxing used to be the heavyweight division.
oh
not
yes.
there
Tyson Fury's
Oh
the linear
yes.
Hey, that nice smell in the air. It is football. The
King.
NFL
The
camps
King.
open up. The Steelers open up this week on Thursday. Mike Tomlin in his 13th year.
Goes
Some
fast, doesn't
questions. Does he get an extension? Here's what I say about Tomlin. He is a good coach. However, where the drawback is his game management. There's a difference
I do
between
agree
a
with that.
good coach and the great ones. The great ones make those game decisions.
Well, let's see
that
if
make a
Terrell helps
difference.
him this year. He's supposed to be helping him on the challenges and
Is that
stuff.
Austin
Terrell
supposed to
Austin.
do?
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Let's
I hope
hope
he
so,
does,
because
'cause-
last
Yeah.
year with Cincy, they had the worst defense
He
in the
has,
NFL.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
Tomlin's challenges are the worst.
Yeah, because I want him to resign. I'm the one guy. And I
no,
always
he's
say
a good coach.
I'm always,
He's a good
I'm the
coach.
one guy that always says, okay,
he's not
the
in a
grass
great
always
coach.
looks like greener.
Yeah.
Okay, it happens everywhere. Let's get that guy, and he comes in and says, what happened to the team? They still play consistent ball every week.
Mm-hmm.
They're still one of the guys to reckon with. And Rooney's usually signing. That scares me. That they haven't offered him a contract.
I think they want to see what's going to happen
Okay.
this
And
year.
one more thing too, he's losing to the greatest coach in the history of
Yeah, he is,
football in
yeah.
some people's minds.
Yeah, they
Yes,
come in second,
very
and he
proud.
comes in
Imagine he
first.
could have 4 more.
Yes.
NFL.com has him rated first, Carroll second, Peyton, Reed, Peterson, McVay, Harbaugh, Anthony Lynn, Tomlin ninth, and Mike Zimmer 10th. But the big question coming in here to camp, there's no Bell, there's no Brown, there's no offensive line coach Mike Munchak. Are they going to be better? Just because everyone thinks there's supposed to be this great peace now in the locker room, which is overrated, are they going to be better? You have
As I sit here today, I don't know how you can be better.
Losing those 2
When
studs.
we lose those 2. But I know if you talk chemistry, what you just mentioned, if you talk that, it's going to be way better. I'm talking. You can't help it. Those 2 blockheads, one especially, Brown's a real blockhead, and Bell just a little selfish himself. It has to be better that way.
Hey.
But what comes down to, Eddie? Winning. If
Winning.
they win,
No,
yeah.
he's,
You know what I'm saying. Someone else is going to emerge in a contract dispute. Just
And I don't
like
mind
what
a contract
happened-
dispute. I don't mind that.
before.
You can't leave week
Yeah,
15.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Hey, how about the guy from Jacksonville? I think he's going to have a humongous year, the receiver.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have the biggest year because they're going to be all over Juju.
Now we're going to talk about the teams. Next, the conversation we have to
Moncrief,
have
you
is
talking about
this
Moncrief?
talk of the 18-game schedule coming up.
No.
Players only playing 16 games, increased revenue, more playoff teams. We need to discuss this in the coming
next time,
weeks.
that'd be good.
We've run out of time this week. We will see you next week.